Hello, I am Martin Fencka and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Civilization 5 as Morocco. If you watched the previous episode, you might have noticed that the map looks a little bit different than it looked when we left off. And the explanation is quite simple. I had some technical problems between turns, I think 441 and 442. The game couldn't finish processing of the Indonesian turn. So I had to reload autosave from, I think, turn 438 and replay a few turns a little bit differently to avoid this problem. So I managed to solve the problem. Hopefully we'll be able to play without any problems today. And I tried to change only like minor things. So we should have like all the important things that we had before I had to replay these turns. It's just there might be some minor changes that you notice, so this is the explanation. Also, I think... Actually, let's finish the atomic theory and then I'll decide. I was thinking about research. I know that there was one thing that I wanted to do before I ended this turn. I know what I want to do. I wanted to upgrade this guy. I want to have up-to-date range units in our coastal cities. So that's that. And now we can end the turn, I think. Or... yeah, now we can end the turn. And there is one more thing. This is Apollon. For some reason I was trying to send him to William, but he of course can't enter his territory, so instead we will be going this way and try to maybe steal some caravans or plunder some caravans that Pakal is using to feed his cities. Okay, now we can end the turn. Umber mill destroyed by marauding Persian lancer. I can't do anything about that. We will lose some tile improvements on that side. Mightiest rules in history. The Belém is still quite close to Pakal. That's nice. Hopefully I'll be able to convince these two to just keep fighting, keep each other busy. I don't think that William can really win the game with the travel ban. I don't think he can get the culture victory. But Pakal could be a problem, and if someone as strong as William could just keep him busy, force him to invest production into units instead of like development of his cities, that would still make William like relevant for this game. Other than that, Indonesia is surprisingly weak. Look at Darius, how the hell is he so strong? He has 4 cities. And he's almost as strong as... he's stronger than Indonesia, well barely, but he's stronger. And he is almost as strong as Assyria. Wow. Holy crap, Darius, how are you doing that? There is atomic theory, and there is our great diplomat. There'll be some more changes that I want to make now. This caravan will go to Fez once again. Fortify the Gatling gun. Now, the Great Diplomat, I think I'm gonna keep him in the capital for now. I thought there were more city-states in the world, and I thought that I would be able to find a city-state that still doesn't have an embassy. But it seems that all city-states already have embassies. And another problem is there are only, I think this is 9 city-states left in the world. Almost half of the city-states were already conquered, so that limits the options where to go with the diplomat. So instead of trying to get another vote for the World Congress, I'll keep him here in case we lose some of these alliances, so that we can just pop the diplomat and get the alliance back. I will heavily rely on our spies to maintain those alliances, so this will be like the safety if things go wrong, that we can keep at least one ally. Netherlands managed to steal money. I'm not too happy about that. I want my money at this point. Want to start buying bombers. Indonesia finished Manhattan project, good for them. And before we start changing things, can we get a kill here? Can, good. And maybe move forward, fortify. Now, research. I was thinking, the plan initially was to go ecology as fast as possible, but computers first give us extra trade route, which is something we want to get as often as possible. But also Bletchley Park, a wonder that I usually don't care about. But in this case, getting 2 more spies, that'll be huge. We could maybe just send a spy to each of the remaining city-states and try to flip them to our side with our spies. Plus, this is some extra science. It's not much, but still something. So, let's try to go... come on, let's try to go computers. And after computers, probably ecology, so that we can get Sydney Opera House, and with it the free social policy also, or the extra culture, is still useful. And after that... I think telecommunications to get the CN Tower. Now, 3 wonders, that's quite a lot. So I will be getting 1 more, or fade by 1 more engineer. Then we go ballistics, because I need then the upgrades to machine guns probably. And after that, we go robotics to get Hubble. And Hubble, that will be like the most important wonder for the late game. 2 scientists and a free spaceship factory is just insane. So this is the goal now, these tags, and then we just quickly grab the military tags, update or upgrade our military, make sure that we can defend ourselves, and then we go for these 4 tags that are required for the science victory. Okay, now in our capital, let's get... Actually, do we need the foreign bureau? Well, it will be done in 1 turn, so may as well get it. I don't really care about Manhattan Project for now, because we are not the first one to get it, so no free nuke. And it will take a while until we get the nuclear fission, so we won't be able to build nukes for a long time, so Manhattan Project can wait. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to buy scientist. How long is it gonna take now? 7 turns to get the engineer. Okay, that should be fine. Now we end the turn. Yeah, keep moving. And of course I forgot to do something. Well, it's just 1 turn, so not the end of the world. But it's a change that I really should make. Here, in our capital. I really don't think that we need another diplomat, but instead could use a merchant. I think we need to work this. And in 6 turns, we'll work the stock exchange. How does it look like? 36 turns. That's quite a while, but with the 1 more slot in 6 turns, we might be able to get the merchant in like 25 turns. 35 for the engineer, that's quite a while though. Oh, well, I want to have the ability to reset fast. That crap is pretty annoying, we can't get it anywhere. And it's possible that more cities ask for the same resource. So I want to start working on the way to reset this. Construction project, what do you want? Build 1 medical... Yep, sure, I will do that, of course. And actually, I'm working on a medical lab now. 600 production. I'll get computers in 2 turns. Thinking with that extra production that we get this way, I just wait with the engineer that I was planning for the Bletchley Park and instead use him on like Opera House. What about Faz? We are working all the scientist slots. We'll never get an engineer here. You know what? This is fine. Let's just get more production. We'll build. Already have the arsenal. I think stock exchange is the next thing that we need. Let's things up. Okay, let's just work on the medical lab for a bit. Fortify. For 2 turns. I just wanted to check. Okay, fine. Oh, and we didn't get any uranium. I just realized we are not getting this. And 4 right next to our border. I could actually steal this uranium. Get rid of the citadel. Pop a citadel here and steal 3 more tiles. Darius really won't be happy about that. I think I need to do that. That's a huge difference having access to uranium or trying to play without it. By the way, what do we have in our capital? Inquisitor, Prophet. Oh, we do have a great engineer. Really? Somehow I forgot that we had a great engineer. Well, that could solve my problem with timings. You want oil? No. I want to keep my votes. And we managed to get the computers 1 turn earlier. Great. So before I forget, let's queue up that Bletchley Park. There's 14 turns. This is 7 turns to finish. Did we pay for the lab? We did. How much production is that? 1,000. Fine, let's do it. Oh, and I'll definitely steal that Diplomat. Or kill the Diplomat. Should probably check a little bit more often. This is a worker, okay. Make sure that I don't have any more surprises or like this sitting somewhere. Because that great engineer is such a huge difference. Minefield, we don't have arsenal here, so let's work on that. Fortify. You finish the oil well. Let's build a village here. And let's see, can we get a kill? 1, 2. I'm pretty sure that we can. Can't move back, but that's fine. But you can move forward. The bomber... I could attack, but I think I'll just leave the bomber in the city and only use it if there is like a unit that would die after the attack. A cargo ship. Yep, we can renew this trade route. And this reminds me, we have another trade route available now. Let's buy a ship here. I think I'll just send it to Cahokia. I want to have as many unique trade partners as possible, of course, but I want those trade routes to be as safe as possible. In these city-states, that's probably the safest trade routes that we can get right now. Okay, next. Still have a feeling that I forgot to do something important. But... I really can't think of anything. There is another scientist. Now, can we find a way to get the center Pakal's territory? Because once we enter information era, I'll start plundering his trade routes. That or in the information era, once we enter the information era, we'll be getting like the maximum out of the trade route. So I want to wait for that. I think currently we are getting like 900, and in a few turns it should be over 1,000. So it's, I would say, worth waiting. Incense to Assyria. And I think I know what I forgot to do. Yep, I wanted to buy Wales. Syria, Indonesia, Maya. 100. It's quite expensive. Same thing. But I don't want to trade with Pakal. I'll probably just... Where is it? Try to trade here. How much would this be? 17? 16 maybe? This looks reasonable. Okay. Hopefully that's the last thing I forgot to do. Now, we have a scientist. And this is why I want to speed up those wonders as much as possible. Because we'll be getting scientists quite often now. And I want to be able to start working on those wonders basically at the same time as we research the required tech. So, I won't be able to do that unless I speed up the production. Go. There's... What was that? Electronics? What did we get? Battleships, hydroplant, police stations, extra production from oil wells. It sucks that we won't have the aluminum to get a few hydro plants or wind plants, but we won't even have enough aluminum for our units. I can't afford to waste it on buildings. Get another firm. Start working on the village and let's move you back. I'll play it safe. 45, 45, 45. What is this cargo ship? Oh, that's the new one, right? I wanted to send north. I hope we can reach that city-state. Where is it? Here. 21, 12, 24. I think that's the best thing we can get right now. Because I noticed that trade routes with like major civs don't give us any culture. They don't even give us that much science anymore. Look how bad the trade routes with Pakal became. So city-states, at least friendly city-states, might be by far the best option right now. Okay, go. Yes, please. This is a declaration of friendship I've been waiting for quite a while. It's pretty important. I need this guy to be friendly. Golden Age ends. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but we will get the Great Artist in 3 and Golden Age in 4. So we should now get the pretty long Golden Age. There we go, we'll have the King Day. And what can we do here? Hit that. Cavalry. You will sit here for now. You may need the bomber for this. Attack. Attack. Probably won't be a kill. That kinda sucks. I think I still want to do the damage. Can we just peace out? Listen, there's no need for this war. Well, not yet. Okay, go. Oh, that hurt. William declare one Pakal. Perfect. That's war that we need. Ideally, like, if they could keep fighting until the end of the game, that would be perfect. No. Go around. What are we gonna do here? Maybe first of all, what can we hit with the city? Did that Fusilier. I'd really like to get rid of the field gun. Probably not gonna work. Oh, come on, don't tell me that. Perfect. It was risky, but sometimes even I get lucky. Okay, now we can safely retreat, start healing. Still, actually it might be enough. No. For some reason these things are not taking that much damage from bombers. Oh, and Japan just pillaged our trade route. I was surprised that it didn't happen earlier. The trade route was basically going through their territory. Okay, 45. Can we peace out now? Listen, I'm just decimating your army. Well, maybe not decimating, but I'm killing your units. Thinking. Let's send the trade route down here. How much money do we have? So I don't have to wait to renew the trade route with Bakal. It's bad. I might be able to still catch this field gun. 2, 4, 6, 7. I don't think it's out of range of our bombers. Let's see. Nope. Can reach it. Perfect. Let's do some damage to this guy. I won't be able to kill him. And attacking with this cavalry would probably be too risky. I would get a kill if I attacked, and then I could finish him up with the bomber. But maybe it's not too risky. Just do it this way. It's fine. Okay, can we finally negotiate? Guys, come on. Need to end these wars. And I noticed, who wants a trade route? Oh, Panama City. Where is Panama City? Nope, I don't want to trade with you. Never mind. Open borders from Pakal ended. Good, we can still get it back. That is important. Because without open borders, I wouldn't be able to pillage his caravans in a few turns. Send you back. Now, where can we go? We could also just go to Ur, which might be even safer. Just going Tyre would force us to go around Mongolia. That is a potential enemy. Okay, let's go this way. It's probably the best option. 45. How much money do we have? Not enough. Okay, keep going. Ideology. Assyria adopted order. Perfect. So now we just have to get a declaration of friendship with Assyria, and now we have that pact: Indonesia, Assyria, and us. We want declaration of friendships. We don't want defensive pacts, because defensive pacts could drag us into some wars that we don't want to fight. But declaration of friendship is like the security that I want. Okay, let's just fortify here. How long can we get? 16 turns. Can we get more than 16 turns from that guy? Nice. Maybe try to swap and optimize if that does anything, but sometimes this does very weird things. Let's try. Actually, that was not bad. 418. That could mean some extra turns. Actually, it worked this time. Okay, fine. Even though we are 1 turn away from the Golden Age, I'll still pop the artist. We don't need the Great Works anymore, so may as well use them for the Golden Age. It's not like we are losing the natural Golden Age this way. It will just start once this one ends. Coming session. Yeah, this is a good war. This could force Japan to peace out. Yes. Now, other guy. This might be a bit more difficult, because he may still think that he might have a chance. He is significantly stronger than we are, so that's probably why he wants to keep fighting, even though he doesn't really have a chance. you back. Provide some cover for the worker. Fortify. The bombers can just sit here. And we're gonna need a worker in the Rabat soon. Let's send this one. Just get ready. 510, that's not enough to buy another bomber. I think we just end the turn. And what about this worker? We'll just sit here. By the way, if you can hear some weird noises in the background, again, it's my cats. And today they are like going really, really crazy. I don't know why. The whole day they were so quiet sleeping. And when I started recording, it just immediately going crazy. Embassy. Actually, can we get more than an embassy? Oof, that's not a good trade. Okay, let's just accept the embassy. Maybe we can try in a few turns to get a little bit more for our incense. There is Bletchley Park. We didn't get the free research lab, of course, but all scientist specialists get some extra science. That is something. But 2 additional spies, that is huge. And levels up all your existing spies, that's even better. Reduces spy effectiveness. Immune to failure. Yep. These long games. Bletchley is actually pretty good. 45. How are our spies doing, by the way? 10 turns. Yeah, I think I'll just wait for them and see how they do. Really? There are just 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we have almost all the city-states covered. Don't really want to go to Ur. I don't want to compete for another city-state in Indonesia. But I'll just send them. These 2 city-states. We have that covered. And in 9 turns, probably less than 9 turns, because we get to sign this in 6. We'll get 1 more spy, and we can use that spy defensively. We'll have 2 cities covered, all the city-states covered, and I think it's a pretty good position for the end game. Yeah, these are not our trade routes. And Marrakesh is growing. Let's work that stock exchange. How are we doing? 23, 28. Still not perfect, but it's still fine, I think. 23 on the merchant. It's actually faster than I expected. We are still growing in 13 turns. That is pretty decent. We're done with the arsenal. I think now it's time for the stock exchange finally. Or the medical lab. I think stock exchange first. We have the money for another bomber, so let's get that. Can we finally end this war? There we go. Yes. Okay. Go. Good. Finished Manhattan project. Has monopoly on coal. Good for him. And we lost all the city-states. Hopefully in 9 turns we get all of them back. I just hope it doesn't cause problems again, because I think that's what caused the problems that I had before this episode. That we just flipped basically half of the city-states on our side in 1 turn, and it was too much for the game. Netherlands stole pottery shard from Fez. Okay, enough of that. I'm pretty sure I know where the last spy will go. Robot is growing. 20 turns. We are working all the scientist slots. Okay, let's just work a forest. Something with food. Oh, and that reminds me. Move. And let's steal some uranium. What is this? Salt from William. Still had an active trade with William. Wow. I thought that he's been sanctioned for like forever now. It wasn't that long. Just the every turn in the late game takes so long that seems like we passed the sanction on William so long ago, but it wasn't that many turns. Iron, no. Smooth out of here. What's this? Nothing important. Finish the medical lab, so that should give us production to finish the medical lab in our capital. And what do we want in Casablanca now? I should build constabularies when I'm thinking about it. Make it a little bit more difficult for those spies. I feel like to enter the information era in this episode, so that's what I'm trying to do. Basically, we need 4 more turns, 5 more turns. There is the quest reward. Actually, it wasn't even enough to finish that medical lab. Wow. And I kind of expected 1 more city here, but it's just mountains everywhere. Some trades with Mongolia ended. I probably want to renew that. Are you? No, how the hell is he friendly? 5 gold per turn? That's not much. Wait, if he can somehow get more. What about you? No, he hates us. What the hell? Oh, that was trade route to Makassar. I'm not sure that I want to renew this. We are really not getting anything from it. I could just send it south. When is that? Panama City. I could go to Panama, but that would be a horrible trade route. Okay, fine. Let's just trade with city-states. Next. Penicillin, yeah. Definitely not trading that. Want incense for perfume. You know what? I kind of want to have one trade route with him. Or not trade route, one trade with him. Okay, so there's nothing interesting on this side. And Darius is gonna hate me for this, but I probably should do it right now before he loses the city. Because I definitely don't want to steal from Indonesia. Looks like the city will be Indonesian soon. Sorry. Yeah, I know why he doesn't like it, but I kinda need that uranium. This is the best option. 6, 7. There is culture. Yeah, it's better than both these tiles. Okay, Congress. So there is the travel ban thing again. I'm hoping everyone just invests all votes into this and I can get whatever I want with the rest. So I will vote for the decolonization of Morocco and I will try to repeal the scholars in residence. This will give us modifier with Assyria and remove one thing that really is annoying when you are trying to run away with science. Wait. How are our spies doing? 6 turns. Next. Nope, not trading iron. And I can keep buying commerce. Open borders with Japan. Sure. Oh, and he's willing to pay a lot more for incense now. Okay. That's what? That's 6 gold per turn. Sure. It's fine. Netherlands have global monopoly on coal. Good for them. I can build a Kasbah here? How's that gonna work? Because when there is a unit next to Kasbah, it takes 5 damage every turn. Would it like do damage to the city as well or something crazy like that? So then I could build a Kasbah here as well and just be doing 10 damage every turn. Let's just build a quarry. This looks like something that could cause some pretty serious bugs, and I'd rather avoid that. Already in like the very late game, the game is like bugged enough. At least I'm usually having problems. Robot demand scrap, yeah, there we go. This is why I started working on the on that merchant. I kind of expected that now all our cities will be asking for crab. Travel ban fails, and it looks like everyone invested votes into it. As oh, come on, Persia, are you kidding me? Managed to decolonize Netherlands, which is nice, but I would rather just get rid of this bullshit. Well, I didn't expect Darius be the only one invest votes into something else than the travel ban. Well, that is unfortunate. We now want to build police stations basically everywhere. National Intelligence Agency looks like something we should get. Stability and go. Damn, it really sucks that we are not able to get rid of the scholars and residents. That could be a problem in the long run. Scientist has been born. Okay, should have more text queued up. Go, formation era. Why did all our agents get promoted? Was that... Where is it? I so rarely get to these late game wonders that I have to read them. Own spies are much likely to assassinate great people. Oh yeah, it does level up everyone, okay. We have 2 more spies. How did we get another spy? Where do we send them? Move to Fez and move to Tangier, probably. Or, yeah, to Tangier, that's the best option. These 2 cities should have enough production to build police stations, and we'll defend them that way. Still gonna build the constabulary. Now, in our capital... Actually, wait, whoops. Sydney Opera House has to be built in Coastal City. Returns. Okay, fine. I'll have to think about that. I may have to buy a grid engineer for that after all. Sure that I want to wait this long. I could buy like 6 turns, but it still would be a long time. And we want to get a recycling center in our capital. That will be important in every city so we get some extra aluminum. But I'll make a cut here. I'll have to decide what I do right now, how I invest the money, and I'll have to think about the Great Engineer if I want to buy one more, because they're quite expensive. It's like 5,000 fate here, and I would much rather spend the fate just on scientists, or maybe later engineers to rush the parts of the spaceship. But the Opera House is quite decent. Yeah, let's make a cut here, and we'll see in the next episode how we gonna build it, because we are not competing for the Sydney Opera House with anyone, right? We maybe could wait. I even switch telecommunications to robotics and then ballistics. Well, we'll see about that. As I said, this episode is over, so I hope that you liked it. I hope that you're gonna join me for the next one again. And until then, have a good time. Bye bye.